I'm still not where I want to be, right? I mean, because we all have higher goals to move on, and so I feel like, gosh, I could have, I could provide even more for my family. I could even provide more toward the organizations and the dreams and the goals that I have to give back to society to make change. I could even do a lot more than what I'm currently doing, and so sometimes I act on that guilt, and so you want to play on those, and when it comes to fear, you want to let them know that it's okay to take action. It's okay, it's okay that they don't know this right now. It's okay that they don't have money to do this. It's okay they don't have time to do this. And because those are all the things that are going in their head that they're fearful of. And so you want to use stories, you want to use testimonials to overcome those objections, to overcome those fear, and let them know that they can do it. One of the things that I do, especially in my seminar, I use the inspiration factor a lot in my selling presentation, but at my live seminar, on the other hand, I use the desperation motivator a lot, and I do that is because they already bought, so they're already in my system, and so I turn up their pain. I make them go through this assignment. This process, I call life mastery, and part of that process is I get them to write down all of the things that they're sick and tired of. They could be sick and tired of their the dead end job that they're working right now. They could be sick and tired of their car, their house, the debts that they're in. Whatever they're sick and tired of, I have them write all of those things down. And so use both of these things in your presentation and think about them. Okay, there are other motivators as well that will influence their buying decision. But the ones I just share with you right now are the major ones. The major ones that get people to take action, major ones that get people going. And you can think about it for yourself. I mean, I'm sure that all of us personally experience one or two of these things. And so definitely, have these things in your presentation. And then another important factor in your presentation is having trial closes that invokes these feelings, these motivators. Okay. Throughout your presentation, I was in the seminar with Paul Bauer, and he showed the video of Ernie Kessler did his sales presentation, and we watched this video, and we're supposed to write down all of the trial closes that Ernie did, and I sat there with my my watch and look at the time, and Ernie, who's a very good salesperson, he was he was going through the trial closes almost every 45 to 60 seconds. 45 to 60 seconds throughout the entire presentation. He was constantly trial closing them, using terms that get them motivated to take action. And so here are some of the ones that I use and that or the ones that I'm planning to use in my presentation. And I'll just go through some of them real quick for you. So like the beginning of the presentation, I always start out with thanking them for being on the call, and then right after that, I ask them, how many of you want to make some quick, easy money, not slow money, quick money? All right, that's what I'm talking about. And so, I get them to raise their hand. And you can do that in a webinar, and you constantly you want to constantly do this. And I think in the first module or something, I talked about this, having a trial close every 60 seconds to 90 seconds. And Ernie does even more often